Hello, everybody. We would like to read Thomas and the Big Bridge book for you tonight. Let's see.
This book is kind of long.
Thomas and Big Bridge. This is the first page. It was a special day for the railway. We are here to launch the new rail line through the mountains of Sodor. Sir Topham had announced, "Today we are open the Big Bridge." What wonderful news! Everyone cheered. The mountains were beautiful. The people of Sodor wouldn't wait to visit them. So let's go to the next.
If you're reading, just show it on the camera because I don't want to be tilting it.
Everyone wanted to see the Big Bridge. It had towers so high the tops touched the sky, and the valley beneath was so deep that when you were on the big bridge, you could barely see the ground. You see the big bridge.
How much inches is it?
I don't know, it's very high. So many feet, not even inches. So Thomas was excited about the new rail line. This really is a special day, he said happily. Then Henry clucked up to the Thomas. The big engine formed. The big engine formed. All right. I don't want to go to the mountains, Henry said nervously. It is windy up there. Very windy. Henry didn't like the wind. Henry didn't like rain or snow or hail either. You are a big engine, Henry, Tom said. You shouldn't be afraid of little wind. But Henry was afraid, and that made Thomas a bit afraid too. Gordon, Henry, Thomas, hitch up your coaches, called Sir Hampton Head. It's time for your first trip to the mountains. Percy and James were glad they didn't have to go to the mountains. They were afraid to cross the big bridge too. There's nothing to be afraid of, Thomas instead insisted in a voice loud enough for Percy and James to hear. It will be easy to cross to the big bridge. Thomas and Henry clucked to the platform. Gordon, the express engine, was already there. His coaches were full of passengers. Annie and Clarabelle were sun-hitched behind Tom's. Hurry, they called. All aboard, cried to the conductor. Sir Thompson had turned to the crowd and waved his hat one last time. Toot, Gordon wished. Follow me. In a burst of steam, the big blue engine was off. Soon the rains were rolling through the countryside in a long line. Gordon took the lead. Behind him clucked Henry. Then, because he was the smallest came Thomas. Along the way, people came out their houses and cheered when they saw when they saw the trains go by. At the foot of the mountain, Henry slowed to a crawl. These mountains are much too high. He moaned, I can't go. I am afraid of heights. Don't be silly, said Tom's barely. I will be right here behind you. But Henry didn't budge. He was very nervous and made Tom's nervous too. Their nervous face. You see?
Yeah, I do.
Came on. Tom's gently pushed Henry. We have to go. The brand new trucks were smooth and shiny, but Henry barely moved along them. The truth was Henry didn't want to reach up top of the mountain because then he had to cross the big bridge. If Percy and James and Henry are all afraid, thought Thomas, maybe I should afraid too. The trucks grew steps as Thomas and Henry pulled off the mountain. They could hardly keep up with Gordon. The big blue engine rushed ahead. Gordon was a strong engine. The steep trucks didn't tire him at all. Wait for us, Henry called, but Gordon climbed higher, and higher until he was out of sight. Sight? How you read the sight?
Sight, yeah.
I don't think I can make it. Henry ground his steam, giving out at last. This mountain is so steep. Keep going, Thomas urged him. We couldn't let a little mountain stop us. But Thomas was having trouble climbing up the steep mountain, too, and he was beginning to worry about crossing the big bridge. Finally, Thomas and Henry arrived at the top of the mountain. There it was a big bridge, and it was high. It was windy up there, too. Very windy. I won't go, Henry declared. But we have to cross, Tom said Beverly. Our passengers want to see the mountains on the other side. Hurry, Annie and Crabble cried. The coaches were so excited, the Toms and Trouble keeping them in the line. Tom searched the trucks ahead. Gordon was nowhere to be seen. He had already crossed the bridge and rolled into the mountains beyond. Thomas and Henry were alone. I will go first, Tom said at last. Then you can follow me, Henry. If the wind blows, close your eyes, Henry said. That's where you won't see anything scary. You see, he's closing his one of the eye. Click, 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 click. Tom's began to cross the bridge. Tom's looked up. He could see cottony sky, cottony clouds touching the top of the bridge. Nervously, he looked down, but the bridge was so high he couldn't see the ground. A sudden gust of wind shook the bridge. This scared Thomas, and he closed his eyes so tightly that he couldn't see where he was going. Click, 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 crash. Tom swerved to a sudden stop. He opened one eye to quick peek. Oh no, he cried. His wheels were off the track. Are you all right? Tom called Henry. I'm stuck, Tom said glumly. I couldn't see where I was going, and my front wheel had jumped to the truck. Just then Gordon returned. He phoned when he saw Tom stuck in the middle of the bridge. Go find Harold, Gordon called to Henry. Relied Henry back down to the mountain to find the helicopter. Tom kept his eyes closed. He was so afraid to look, but inside his coaches, the passengers enjoyed the wonderful view. Finally, Tom heard the whirl of rotors. Harold was there to rescue him. Slowly, Thomas opened his eyes. He looked at the blue sky above and the green mountains all around. What a lovely view, he exclaimed. I was silly to shut my eyes. I almost missed everything. Hitch the rope to your buffer and hold on, Harold cried. In no time at all, Harold and lifted Tom's back into the trucks. Tom's back up back up to where Henry waited. Come on, Henry, said Thomas. The view is spectacular. I should never have been afraid. With that, Thomas turned and clucked happily across the big bridge. Henry watched in wonder. If he is not afraid, maybe I should be either. Henry decided. Slowly, the big green engine made his way across the bridge too. Soon Thomas and Henry arrived at the station house. The mountains were really lovely. Everyone was happy to have seen them, but Thomas was happiest one of all. He was proud that he had crossed the big bridge. Thank you guys. Bye bye.